Okay, so next, couple of fun parts. One of them is that since I'm about to start dealing with fans, I've got to tie up my beard. And I tried at the end of the last episode, and I'm going to try again. Usually I can get it to where it'll stick on its own. And so I'm going to try this again and see. I do not want my fan getting into, or my beard getting into the fan. We've all seen videos like that, and I do not intend one of them to be right now. So we've got here the Noctua's latest, the latest, it's the NH-D15 G2. And this is both for AMD and Intel. It's got multiple versions that it fits. Oh my God, my beard. And so anyway, it will fit this one. And so now, let's see here, try this once more. And you know, I'm not very good at, I don't normally put my beard up. Christ. So, yeah, my beard's getting quite long. And when it's shorter, it's not a problem. But I'm especially careful around power tools and stuff. You know? I don't want to be that guy. Band it and stuff it in my shirt. That would work too, huh? All right, this looks pretty ugly, I think. But there we go. See? Nice and ugly. It's not going to come undone now, though. And so I don't know how to put it up into a pretty bun like my wife would. Anyway, now I feel like I look dorky, but that's okay. Safety first. All right, let's pull this out of the box here. And this is, no instructions on how to get it out of the box. Well, here we go. May as well keep this in the frame here in case anybody's wondering what it is. So, yeah. Okay, so now extra padding, and let's see here. Well, so here is the bottom, and so this is obviously the spot that's going to be attaching to the CPU. And it's child-proof. I can't get into it. There we go. I don't want this coming off. Wow, packed in here nice, and there's so many layers. Okay. There we go. And there it is. So this is a pretty massive CPU cooler, but I consider it to be like the Rolls-Royce, the top of the line. Half the price is the packaging, right? So anyway, let's see here. we can pull this out of here without touching that. Oh yeah, look at that beauty. Ah, cat. All right, I'm going to take him out of here again. We're going to be doing thermal paste, and thermal paste is not compatible with cats. All right, thanks for wanting to help. And he's out. Okay, so here's a side view of it. And so I'll leave it like that for the moment. I do have a book that came with this, and oh yeah, well, you know, or a web page that came with this, which I really hate. Okay, so we've got a cleaning cloth here. And one thing about having cats, so I'm not sure that I need the cleaning cloth because we it might be for reapplication, but I'm going to look. And it comes with thermal paste, so I won't need to buy that extra. And I got to look through and make sure that I'm setting all of this up correctly now, which I'm pretty sure that I have right here. And so we've already installed the brackets on the bottom of the motherboard. And then we've got the thumb screws in. This doesn't have what I'm looking for. Is this just for the optional installation? This is not what I'm looking for. Not the instructions you were looking for. Yes, so long screwdrivers required for the one you fitted, and they did supply me with a screwdriver here. So, all right. Feel like I'm definitely missing the actual instructions for installing this, and I don't think all right. This is the long version of these videos. If you're looking for videos where you instantly know within 30 seconds how to do something, this isn't it. Because I don't know within 30 seconds how to instantly do something either. Okay, so if I remember right, just looking to see here, if I have anything over here, I do not. Okay. I'm gonna have to look it up online. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I have this desire to get shit right the first time, which, you know, I don't always have a track record of getting stuff right the first time. Let's see, this is the NH-D15 G2. Not going to watch someone's video. We're going to actually look at what they've got here. So, alrighty. Golly. Wait, the installation manual. There's the optional thing. All right, so here's the Intel one. And so, okay, we got those positions done and everything. We already did that part. And so now we need to, that's right, we need to put on these brackets, and they had to go on after the CPU was in because of the lever for removing the CPU. And so, all right, simple enough. I don't know if there's a left and a right. We're going to find out. Here they are. And so we're going to put these on the there's some peg holes here. And I believe that these provide tension. So we're going to screw these down, and then it's going to go onto these, and they are threaded. And so it's going to provide tension. Bring this camera over. Hard to get a good angle. Okay, so now I just got to figure out. So there's 4 screws here, and they take this special screwdriver that came with it. I don't know why they take this special screwdriver. It may have to do with the torque or whatnot. It's a star. It's 5-pointed, and so that's going to be one of the things we're going to use here. And then, oh, you know what? I think that I should plug in these fans before I put this in, because it might get in the way. And so let me get a Y connector here. These two are going to be exhaust, and so tuck these wires in after I get it plugged in. And system fan 2. Okay. Right next to the CPU fan stuff. That's out of the way. Go. That one's out of the way too. Very nice. All right. So all of the fans are plugged in now. I don't have just one fan. I've got 5, 6, 7. We might put in another. Okay. And these only go one direction. They can go either way. Okay, so maybe it's not mattering. No, maybe it is mattering. It is mattering a lot. All right, so the direction of airflow, this is an intake, and so this is going to be the out. And so the out, we're going to want it facing this way. Make sure on these fan directions. So we're going to be putting it in this direction, which means that these here are on sides in a particular way. Means putting them out here like this. All right, that'll work. So I'm pulling these off just one at a time. And then I'm not going to tighten it down real tight, but I am going to tighten it down enough so that it gives some tension so that it doesn't fall through so the back brackets don't fall through or get a lot of play in them. Take this one off. That's in position 2. So check position. It's just hand tight. I'm wondering what position I got this one in, and whether or not the positions matter. I'm going to look at that manual. They do matter, I'm sure. So all right, I'm not sure that I can do it wrong. All right, position, use hold position 1 for 1200 and 115, and then position 2 for 1851. Okay, so this is the 1851, and so I've got that one in position 2. I think I need to make sure that I have the other one in position 2. Gonna look real quick. Before I tighten it down. Yes, it's in position 2. All right, so we do it just hand tight, and then we're going to torque it just a little bit with the other screwdriver that came with it. Shit, dropping shit. It's going to go on the outside that way. Getting close. Getting close to having a machine here. It's going to be good. Oh, you got to mount the back plate before you mount the bars? Yeah, I already did it. That's already done. All right, so supplied screwdriver. It says just to tighten it. It has a poundage on it. I'm doing it down to where it's snug. I'm not doing it to the point of being overly tight. And then I'm going to check these again. Kind of go over them a second time in case they loosened up a little bit from another one tightening down. All right, so we have that already in there now. And then these two screws right here sticking up are going to go into these two screw holes here. And the next is going to be the dreaded thermal paste. So I did create myself a spreader, and let's see here. So I'm going to use this right here. This is at least in the United States. I don't know how it is in Europe and stuff, but in the United States, many times these are on the bread instead of a twist tie. And so I'm going to put some paste on here. I'm going to do it pretty thin. I'm going to get good coverage over the whole thing to where it's all even. I'm going to use this end, which I've cleaned off, as the as this. I don't need a spreader. Well, there's two schools of thought on that, and my school of thought is that I want a nice, really thin layer, and then I'm going to put a dab in the middle when I put the actual heat sink on. And that way it's not too much, it's not too little, it's good coverage. I don't have anything that's not covered. I want good contact across the whole thing. So Noctua supplied some thermal paste, and so that's what I'm going to use. And oh, interesting, it's a little twist cap there. All right, didn't say anything about shaking it before use. That's a joke. All right. You know, you always get this shit all over yourself too. This is actually working pretty good for this. Getting a bunch extra everywhere. It'll smooth it out some more when put this on. All right, just about got it. All right, I think that worked pretty good. I'm just going to put a small dab in the middle. Just a really small dab. Kind of a gooey mess. All right, save that for future use. And I feel pretty good about that. It's got a little dab there. It's got pretty good coverage and shouldn't leave any air pockets or anything. That's what I was most concerned about. Can't hurt to spread unless you do it too thin. Well, if I did it too thin, yeah, that could be a problem. So, all right. Now, we'll look at this here again. So this is the CPU cooler. This is the side that is going towards the back. And because the airflow arrows here show me that the airflow is going this way, this one pushes in, this one pushes and pulls. The second one here, and then this is the exit, and then this is just gonna pull the air hot. It should pull the majority of the hot air right out. This one also pulls out, and so does this. So we should be pretty good on that, I believe. All right, I am removing the cover here, and then don't think I need to pull out this cardboard thing quite yet, although, oh, how interesting. How's this gonna work? Oh gosh. All right, I'm seeing something in here. The fan holder is in there. I'm gonna need to get that out. There's a fan guard in there. And let's see here. The guard in this one. So it's just like this. And I suspect I am going to have to pull that fan out in order to get that out. So I put my cover back on, and then yeah, it's got that in there. All right, let me go look at the. There was something on the instructions here about this. So please first take off the center fan. It's not necessary to remove the front fan for installation. Then put the heatsink into the CPU, screw it in, screw the threads in with mounting, perform 2 or 3 turns on each screw, then repeat until both are fully tightened. So we're pulling that out while we're putting that in anyway. Okay, good. So that works. And so some latches here. Okay. Now we got to make sure that we're going the right direction when we put this back in. Just saying, don't want to forget, don't want to mess it up. This massive cooler makes the case look small? Yes. Okay, better pull this off. That is completely clean. No cat hairs. We kicked the cat out. I want to take my glasses off for this part and just see a little bit better close up. Oh, fuck. Am I really gonna hit on the... Might be hitting on the memory here. Yep. All right. I'm hanging up on the memory. Let me think about this a second. Okay. We're going to have to go with plan B, I think. This fan here is hanging up on the memory. Now, I can move this fan up some, depending on how much clearance we need. Yeah, so I can swap the fan positions on the cooler. I can take and move this up. They have these nice clips here. You just pull it out, you can move it up. So I can do that, which the other alternate is that I can turn this so that I have it this way instead. And I don't know though if I'd have the clearance to do that. Let me see here. The answer is no. I've got a heat sink here. All right, so and I really want to have it venting out this way. I really do want it venting out this way instead of up because of the air intake here. Because if I need more cooling, I put in a fan over here, and as the the third intake fan, and maybe I put in a couple more. And so I I want it flowing this way, and I feel like that's proper. It could, in a pinch, go this way, but and I don't think we're going to be going so hot that it's really going to be a big deal. But it might be. So we've also got a cooler to put on the memory, and I don't know how that's going to work. So we'll figure it out here. This is solvable. Okay, so we're going to go the same direction, but I'm going to pull this other fan off. And then we're going to put this on. And then we'll adjust the fan as necessary. All right. That is sitting on there now. Boy, it's got really good movement. You can feel the paste in there. Just going to get one side started there and get the other side started. Okay. I don't think this one's not going in. Is this one in? Yes, that one is in. Still not going in. See if I can get a light in there, see what's going on. Right on top of it. There we go. Got it? Right, I'm doing each side at a time, so it's a nice even pressure going down on both sides. Right. There we go. That is in. And now let's look at this this fan here. How high up it's going to have to be. To not be touching that. The nice thing is that I can adjust it. I think though that it shouldn't be touching. I think it should actually not be touching those for airflow reasons. This is even, it's not even. Go. All right. So there we can see in there, we've got a little bit of room there now. We still have, I think, good coverage on the fan, of the fins, and so this is very versatile. I'm happy with that. Yeah, and so the memory fan, we'll have to see if. Well, the nice thing about this is that I can adjust this if I need to. So I can adjust it up more or down more. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And performance-wise, it's not going to make too much of a difference. And I'm not going to be super overclocking this or anything, and so it's not. I'm not too worried about it. All right. Make sure this fan's going in the proper direction. Both of these remain out. It can be a little bit more centered on this. Whoop, falling down here. Let's see. Get this one side to where it feels like it's nice and center, and then I'll get the other side to match. I'm using the fins, counting the rows at the top pieces here. It probably doesn't have to be exactly, particular way, but feel like it'd be better if I do. And I have bent a fin. Nice. There we go. All right, I bent 2 fins. Nice. This side's perfectly fine. This side over here, I actually bent 2 fins, getting it in. And, oh, interesting. This has some play after securing it in here. Doesn't have play up and down this way, but there's a little bit of play this way. Let me see if maybe those bent. Does this one have as much play? Almost. It's not quite the same amount. All right. You can see how this one's sitting down quite a bit further than the other one, but it's even on both the top and the bottom here. Well, now that I say that, I see it's off by 1. There we go. I don't think that this needs to be, balanced in this way. I think that's fine, but I still want to try and be as exacting as possible. All right, so got both of them in here now, and you can visibly see this one is higher. We may put it down lower after we look at the fan for the memory. I've got two right here. I'm going to use a Y connector and hook them into the motherboard, into the fan portion. Oh, maybe I should have plugged this in beforehand. One, two. Okay. And then, oh, the CPU fan is covered by these other cables. It's okay. I can make it work. Times it. This is really hard to see in here. It's keyed. It's got little keys on it here. And just got to get it on there correctly. And then I can tuck the wires. There we go. Got it. I don't know if I like how it's sitting in there, though. I guess it's sitting fine. Not pushing that key out. Okay. So now, got these fans, or these cables, which I'm going to need to tuck in somewhere. And then this will be pretty good to go. This is why I hooked up all the other cables before hooking up this, because I knew this fan was going to be massive. So there it is. It does look a little funky with this one being up so high, but again, we got clearance down here. It does look like there's a bit of room that I could move it down some if I wanted to. We're gonna do the memory cooling fan next, and we'll see whether or not that actually needs to be you know, what exactly we're going to need to do with that.